Guys, we're totally going to make box plots from a data set. So here we go. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the data and place it in order from smallest to largest. So your data is now, it doesn't always come to you nice, and so we're going to have to nicen it up a little bit so that we can deal with it in a moment. And so I'm going to start by placing some of the lower numbers. There's 13 and 13. Then I have 14. 15 looks like it happens twice. Excuse me for my sniffles. 16, 17 happens twice, and then 19. I'm going to check, make sure I got all my numbers. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make sure I have 9 numbers in my new set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. All right, so I didn't leave any numbers out. It appears I got all of them, so I'm ready for my next step, which is to find the 5-number summary for the data. So I'm going to take this data set that I have here, and I'm going to start analyzing it a little bit. So the 5-number summary, if you don't remember, consists of, you guessed it, 5 numbers. And so let's take a little bit of time to find those. I'm going to clean up my numbers here for a second. To find the 5-number summary, you're going to have to find 5 things. So you're going to have to find the minimum. You're going to have to find the maximum. And those are the lowest and the highest numbers. You're going to have to find the median. And you're going to have to find the quartiles. So find the first quartile and the third quartile. I'm going to make a little note here that this is the quartile. The second quartile turns out to be the median. So let's go ahead and start. Maximum and minimum are super duper easy. So I'm going to go ahead and note that the minimum is 13 because, hey, look, it's the lowest number. And the maximum is 19 because, hey, it's the biggest number. Now I'm going to start looking for the median. When I'm looking for the median, I'm going to start by counting in from the outside. So I have 1 on this side, 1 on this side, 1 on this side, 1 on this side, and keep going like so until I find the middle number. And in this case, it's 15. The median is the middle number once you have the numbers in order from least to greatest. So our median in this case is 15. At this point, I need to find the quartiles, and the quartiles are a little bit funny if you haven't done them before. The quartile is like the median of the lower half of the data. So if I'm looking at the first quartile, I'm just going to focus in on 13, 14, and 15. So 13, 13, 14, 15. And I need to find the median of these 4 numbers that are below the median of the data. And so when I look at that, I'll do my counting again. I come in 13, 15, and then 13 and 14 are exactly next to each other. So the median occurs of this 4 set here. So my quartile will end up being 13.5. And so I'm going to record that here, 13.5. I'm going to do the same thing for the third quartile here. And so I'll count in from the edges. And it looks like it occurs right between 17 and 17, which is of course 17. And so again, I'll record that as 17. So there's my 5-number summary. It kind of tells me where the data is and how spread out it is, where's the middle of the data, and so forth. The box and whisker plot that we're asking you to make in your investigation is by and large just the 5-number summary, only represented visually. It allows you to compare data sets nicely in a lot of cases. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to start by plotting the edge of the whiskers. So I'm going to plot those in this blue here. So I'm going to plot 13. Here's 13. And I'll plot 19. Here it is. Excuse me. There's 19. Now I'm going to plot the edges of the box, and I'll plot those, let's say, in pink. The edges of the box are the quartiles, so 13.5 is going to be right here, and so I'm going to make a vertical line there, sort of like so, at 13.5. And then the other edge of the box occurs at 17, so I'll make another vertical line that lines up with that. You might notice that along the center of these lines is the ends of the whiskers. So occasionally you'll see where people will plot these as a dot as well as extending the box, and that's fine if you want to do that too. Then we'll close the box. Let me get it working in the correct way here. And then finally, we're going to plot the median. So that 15 number is going to become a line in the middle, and again, you can plot a point. And so when you're looking at this box and whisker plot, there are several things that are important to notice. Like each chunk of the box and whisker plot is about 25% of the data. So 25 here, 25 here, 25 here, and then 25% of the data is crammed in here. And so it kind of measures how spread out the data. So like this lower half or this lower quarter of the data right here is much less spread out than the upper quarter of the data way up here. And so you can see sort of where the middle 50% of the data is or where the upper 50% of the data is. But when you're doing analysis later, that's going to be a really important facet of what's going on.